straight ahead on CCX News. A common way to cruise in downtown Osseo, but we'll explain why the city wants to take a closer look at golf carts. Plus, up, up, and away. We preview a high-flying experience at the Crystal Airport. And later, a summer camp in Maple Grove that puts on quite the act. CCX News starts right now. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Golf carts are par for the course on Osseo city streets, and now city leaders want to make changes to an ordinance allowing people to operate a motorized cart. Reporter Sonia Goins explains.
We have everything that you need right here on Central Avenue.
Osseo has a lot of small town charm with big city appeal.
Grocery store, a gas station, we have a lot of restaurants.
But getting around to popular spots can be a problem if you don't have a vehicle or are unable to drive. Some people get around town in one of these.
We have quite a few people that use them because we are a small community.
Under state statute, people are not required to have a driver's license to operate a golf cart. But under a proposed ordinance, Osseo wants some form of identification to operate one. The city also wants to make sure drivers are healthy enough to get behind the wheel.
It's either a driver's license or a doctor's note just saying you're physically able to drive the machine.
Drivers of golf carts are subject to the same traffic laws as other motor vehicles, and operators also have to have insurance.
It's different. It's fun.
Arta Schmidt is a volunteer driver for the city's golf cart trolley service.
I usually pick up about 3 people a day.
She says many middle-aged and elderly folks ride the golf cart.
Oh, they like it because they go to the meat store and they can go to the doctor's office.
The trolley is free and anyone can hop on. In Osseo, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
The Osseo City Council did approve the first reading of the ordinance. The Robbinsdale School Board faces a big decision on Monday. The board must vote on a $10.6 million budget reduction. The district or administrative level faces a reduction of more than $7 million, or nearly 70% of the cuts, in order to protect classroom instruction. $3.4 million would be chopped out of the school building budgets. Reasons for the deficit include a drop in student enrollment. The cuts are expected to include the elimination of 28 teachers with 3 years or less experience. That will result in class sizes increasing by roughly 1 student in grades 4 through 12. A group of Brooklyn Park veterans came together Thursday to help their own.
This is a community effort from Palmer Lake, VFW, and the Home Depot coming together to help our veterans in the community and provide them a nice picnic area for them to use for years to come.
The Healing Nest Project in Anoka is focused on assisting homeless veterans get their lives back on track. Brooklyn Park volunteers completed the installation of fire pits and put the finishing touches on a recreation and playground area. The nonprofit opened a building for homeless male veterans last year and just opened a building for female vets. There are also plans to open a family unit on the site someday. This year's Tater Daze parade in Brooklyn Park features someone who has spent a good chunk of her life volunteering, and she's getting special recognition at this year's parade. Joining us live at the parade is our very own Eric Nelson. Hi, Eric.
Well, that's right, Shannon. You know, Tater Daze is going to kick off here shortly. A lot of people are already gathering along the parade route. And Brenda Reeves has her fingerprints all over Tater Daze. She's been involved with this event since the mid-1990s, and you're the Grand Marshal. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What does that mean to be the Grand Marshal of a parade that's been going on for over 5 decades?
I just feel so blessed. It's just an honor that they bestow on somebody that they feel is deserving, and I'm blessed that they feel I'm deserving.
And Tater Daze will run today through Saturday. It galvanizes the city. It brings a lot of people together, doesn't it?
It does. It does. That's the part that keeps me involved, is the fact that it's a city event that brings people together and makes people feel like they belong to the city.
And you've seen a lot of growth in this city, and you've seen this event grow, haven't you?
I sure have, yes. When I first started, it was almost dissolving, and we got some people involved, and it has grown, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, Brenda, thanks for stopping by, and have a great time in the parade.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's the Grand Marshal, Brenda Reeves. Of course, CCX will have coverage of the parade with Dave Kaiser being the MC. I'm Eric Nelson reporting live in Brooklyn Park. Now back to CCX and Shannon.
All right, have fun out there, Eric. Still ahead, we put you in the cockpit of the Crystal Airport Open House. Plus, a championship moment for some local golfers at the State Boys Golf Tournament. But first, dew points on the rise. Tropical-like weather arrives on Friday. Welcome back. Father's Day weekend means it's time once again for high-flying fun at the Crystal Airport. Here's a little of what you can expect.
This is the 27th annual Crystal Airport Open House and Fly.
This Sunday, starting at 8 a.m., the Crystal Airport will host planes old and not so old at the Crystal Open House and Fly In.
There's going to be a new biplane that is going to be on static display along with a hot air balloon basket.
And not far from the biplane, a special treat for fans of old warbirds.
It is a World War II advanced trainer that was built, this particular model was built in 1941.
Chuck Datko's T6 Texan is a pretty common sight in the Northwest Metro.
We do air shows and flybys, and we do funerals. We've done birthday parties, weddings.
He and several other Texan owners started T6 Thunder, a formation flying team you've probably seen over city parades.
It's an interesting aircraft to fly.
And an interesting one to see fly. The T6 is known for its unique growling roar.
You'll hear us before you'll see us, that's for sure. The prop tips actually go supersonic, so they're breaking the sound barrier, which makes that roar.
It takes a lot to keep these old birds in the air. The fuel bill alone is sky high.
Gallon a minute, and you know, at $5-6 a gallon, it gets a little spendy.
But Chuck does it for a reason.
I've had people come to me in tears, cry about when we fly by. It reminds me of their parents or their grandparents.
Including one person who saw Chuck's plane and asked him for some pictures.
And about 6 months later, he called me back and he goes, I have something to show you. And he sends me 2 pictures of his father who actually flew this plane in Roundoff Air Force Base in Texas in 1945. And so that's pretty neat. So I kind of cherish those 2 black and white photos. Since then, Jim and I have become close friends.
Making friends and memories makes the expense of owning a plane like the T6 worth it for Chuck. And Sunday he'll be at the open house for people to make memories of their own.
It's something everybody can enjoy, and there'll be all different sorts of aircraft on display besides us with our T6s.
In addition to planes, the Crystal Police and Fire Department, as well as the Sheriff's Office, will have vehicles on display. The event runs Sunday from 8 to 4. Still ahead, a unique summer camp in Maple Grove that teaches kids the art of acting. But first, Heritage Christian Academy hits the field for its first ever state baseball tournament. Jay Wilcox is in next.
I'm Jay Wilcox with sports. Heritage Christian Academy of Maple Grove is in the state Class A baseball tournament for the first time. The top-seeded Eagles face Sacred Heart of East Grand Forks. Sacred Heart strikes first as Will Rorick drives it over the outfielder's head. Gage Wavra comes in to score, and Sacred Heart's Eagles are up 1-0 in the top of the first. And pitcher Brendan Bethke is dominant. He records the first 8 outs via strikeout, and Heritage is held hitless through 5 innings. In the second, Sacred Heart's Noah Chine will connect. He blasts a 2-run homer to left center, and Heritage is looking at an early 3-run deficit after that blast. In the fifth, Taylor Broderson chops one to short, and it's booted. Seth Halverson scores, and Heritage Christian is within 3-2 despite not having a hit yet. And it's a wild ending in the bottom of the 7th. Wyatt Julik-Lisney bloops one to short right. The fielders come together and it falls in. TJ Guggenberger scores the tying run, and an errant throw allows Sam Fredrickson to score the winning run. Heritage survives a big scare to win 4-3 to move into Friday's semifinals. We'll have highlights of Wayzata's 4A tournament opener Friday on CCX News. The state golf tournaments wrapped up Wednesday, and it was a pretty special day for local golfers in the boys Class 3A tournament. This is first day leader Tristan Nelko of Wayzata hoping to hold his lead. Nelko starts the back nine by tapping in for par as he's able to make his lead grow. And he makes some big shots along the way. This putt will hit a speed bump or two along the way, but it is straight. Wayzata senior Nelko follows his first day 68 with a 71 for a 139 total. He wins the Class 3A title by 4 strokes. And Maple Grove pursues a team title. Their first day top score was posted by freshman Josh Galvin. Nate Adams with a solid putt coming up for birdie here. He's the top finisher for the Crimson, tying for 10th place with a 146 total. Dylan Hansen is the only senior among the state golfers for the Crimson. He saves par here and ties for 15th place. 3 Crimson golfers all finish in that tie for 15th. Galvin misses on a birdie attempt here, but will tap in for par. And Peyton Miller, like Hansen and Galvin, shoots a 149 as Maple Grove wins the team title by 7 strokes over St. Thomas Academy and Alexandria.
I think we were able to pull out on top because we probably have the deepest, most consistent team versus I think a lot of the other teams might have only 1 or 2 really solid players, and by having the deepest team we were able to play well 2 days in a row.
I fully had the most confidence in my teammates. I knew we could do it. We had to put it all together, and we did.
In Class A golf, no local teams qualified for state, but 3 boys from the area did make the field. A breezy but beautiful second day for Class A golf at Pebble Creek in Becker. Heritage Christian Academy's Kurt Lambert shot a first-round score of 74 and was tied for 3rd place coming into round 2. The junior here on the second hole of Pebble Creek's white course. His birdie putt trails off at the end, but he taps that short one in for par. Lambert cards a second-round score of 79, and he finishes in a tie for 7th place. 2 players from Maranatha Christian Academy also played in the state tournament. Riley Groh with a good chip shot on the green on hole 5 of the red course at Pebble Creek. Groh shoots a score of 160 for the tournament to place in a tie for 18th. Groh's teammate Tyler Brash, playing one group back, hits a great shot out of the sand from the greenside bunker. It lands a couple feet from the cup. Brash makes his putt and scores a second-round 79 to finish in 10th place. After a close loss to Minnetonka in the state quarterfinals Tuesday, the Wayzata boys lacrosse team looked to bounce back in the consolation bracket. The Trojans meeting Lakeville North. After the Panthers get the first goal, Wayzata's Andrew Solly spins away from the defender and gets to the front of the net to tuck in the low shot to even it up at 1-1. About a minute later, Braden Nelson gets a screen. It looks like he'll shoot, but he delivers a pass to Brooks Hansen for the quick shot, and it's 2-1 Trojans. And watch Dalton Seas stay with the play here. He's knocked down, gets back up, and finds Luke Marquardt with a nice pass for the goal to make it 3-1. It's 4-2 Wayzata after 1 quarter. Great passing for Lakeville North, and Jordan Knuth tucks away the behind-the-back shot as the Panthers tie it 4-4 in the second. But Wayzata surges again. Marquardt has the defender fall into his legs, but he still gets a shot away for the goal. Wayzata leads 7-6 at the half, and they go on to win 13-9. They'll play for the consolation title Saturday. Maple Grove lost in the girls' consolation bracket today, and Benilde's boys are in progress at this taping of CCX News. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Shannon.
All right, thanks, Jay. Each class of 2018 had its share of memorable moments. For Maple Grove Senior High, who could forget the lessons learned from the Maple Grove Miracle?
Out of all the lessons I've learned in high school, there are 2 that I wanted to share tonight. The first is the importance of being able to hustle, having the courage, confidence, and self-determination to go out there and work it out until you find the opportunities you want in life. This was taught to me by one of my biggest role models and mentors. In college, his major had no correlation to what he's doing, but at age 23, he's the director of one of the top companies in his industry. Some of you may be able to relate to this through academics, athletics, or arts. For example, our football team, who woke up at almost 5 a.m. every morning for ETS and had their hard work pay off when they scored 3 touchdowns in the final minute of the state quarterfinals. This is what I call being able to hustle.
And when you face times of trial, remember the words of Coach Lombardi on the Maple Grove Miracle. As bad as things might seem for you, you can never give up. You have to keep playing and hope things fall in your favor. Graduates, if there are any words that you remember from this ceremony, let it be those.
The Maple Grove Miracle goes down in history. Now listen to this. 7 Maple Grove students finished high school having never received less than an A grade, and that's not even an A-. Good for them. We'll be right back. And finally, a unique summer learning opportunity for kids. As Delane Cleveland reports in this week's edition of What I Learned at Summer Camp, a group in Maple Grove is teaching kids how to become better theatrical performers while helping them gain confidence in the process.
Can you guys just show me one big jazz hand really quick? Okay. Bam! Bam! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The art of performing on stage
Here we go, from the top, do your best.
is a skill that requires talent, hard work,
Make room for tricks.
and confidence.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause you right there. You're fine. We'll continue the scene.
It also helps
When you say a line, can you face towards the audience?
to have instructions from people who know what they're doing.
Come this way a little bit, and you two as well.
Liz Smith is one of the directors for this summer theater camp,
Step together, step.
presented by Bunce Backyard Productions.
We thought, let's do a camp that is affordable, because one of the things you go around to, like, children's theater, which they have fantastic camps, Chanhassen and all those, have fantastic summer camps, but a lot of them are really expensive.
What is it today?
This 5-day camp of children ages 8 through 11 costs $100. For that price, the kids experience the outdoors and learn a show in the process.
We have fun with it. We learn about what it looks like to play a character on stage. We take a look at what's good posture for singing. How do we sing well?
One of the participants is Trevor Mills, an 11-year-old from Plymouth.
My mom thinks I have a slight talent for music, and I really love being on the stage, so my mom thought that this would be a fun thing to learn in case I wanted to actually do one over the summer.
Several days into this summer camp experience, he's already learned a few new tricks.
I have learned just acting skills and being more expressive with my facial expressions, and I've just learned how to kind of get more into it.
Sir, yes, sir! What did I just say?
While the camp certainly enhances theater skills,
All right, there we go.
camp counselors say anyone can take part,
And then group 1 stand.
because throughout the course of the week, the children build confidence. It's a life lesson that can come in handy both on and off the stage.
That was awesome, you guys.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
And this group of students will give a free performance Friday at noon. We'll see you again on Friday. Goodbye, everyone.